Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Do you ever feel like life is just too much to handle? Like you're drowning in a sea of responsibilities and expectations? Well, you'll yell, no. But the good news is that there's a philosophy that can help you become mentally tough and better equipped to handle life's challenges. That philosophy is Stoicism, and today we're going to explore the teachings of one of its most famous practitioners, Seneca. 1. Focus on one activity at a time. In today's fast-paced world, distractions seem to be everywhere. It can be easy to get lost in the noise and lose sight of what's important. But according to Seneca, one of the keys to becoming mentally tough is to focus on one activity at a time. By giving your full attention to a single task, you can do it to the best of your ability and achieve a sense of satisfaction and control. This can be especially important when facing big projects or challenging situations. It's important to remember that focusing on one thing at a time doesn't mean ignoring everything else. It simply means prioritizing your tasks and giving each one the attention it deserves. This can help you work more efficiently and effectively, and ultimately lead to greater success. But how do you put this into practice? One way is to break big projects down into smaller, more manageable tasks. This can help you stay focused and avoid feeling overwhelmed. It's also important to eliminate distractions as much as possible. This might mean turning off your phone or finding a quiet workspace. Another way to focus on one task at a time is to practice mindfulness. This involves being fully present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings. By practicing mindfulness, you can train your brain to stay focused and avoid getting sidetracked. Ultimately, the key to focusing on one activity at a time is to be intentional with your time and energy. By setting clear goals and priorities, you can stay on track and make the most of your day. So take a deep breath, focus on your next task, and give it your all. You might just be surprised by what you can accomplish. Remember, mental toughness is not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about being resilient in the face of challenges and staying committed to your goals. By focusing on one activity at a time, you can build the mental strength you need to face whatever life throws your way. 2. We all have those impulses that can lead us astray: the temptation to indulge in junk food, the urge to constantly check our phones, or the desire to procrastinate. But according to Seneca, practicing philosophy can help us gain control over these impulses and make better decisions. For Seneca, philosophy was not just an academic pursuit, but a way of life that could help us become better people. So, how can we apply Seneca's teachings to overcome our impulses? One way is to practice mindfulness, being fully present in the moment and paying attention to our thoughts and feelings. By doing so, we can become more aware of our impulses as they arise and learn to control them before they get out of hand. Another way is to study the great thinkers of the past, like Seneca himself. By reading their works and reflecting on their ideas, we can gain a broader perspective on life and learn to live in the present. Seneca believed that by studying philosophy, we could learn to overcome our fears, find inner peace, and live a more fulfilling life. But perhaps the most important lesson we can learn from Seneca is that mental toughness is not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about being resilient in the face of adversity and staying committed to our goals. By practicing philosophy and learning to control our impulses, we can build the mental strength we need to face life's challenges and succeed in our endeavors. So the next time you feel yourself being pulled in different directions by your impulses, take a deep breath and remember Seneca's teachings. With practice and dedication, you too can learn to overcome your impulses and become mentally tough. 3. Stay prepared. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are good. But by staying prepared for whatever might come our way, we can be mentally tough and ready to face any challenge. This means being proactive, anticipating problems before they arise, and having a plan in place for when things go wrong. Preparedness is an essential part of mental toughness because it allows us to be ready for anything. When we know that we're ready for whatever might come our way, we can face challenges with confidence and resilience. We don't have to worry about being caught off guard or feeling overwhelmed because we know that we have a plan in place. So, how can we stay prepared in our daily lives? One way is to anticipate problems before they arise. This means thinking ahead and considering what could go wrong in any given situation. For example, if you're going on a road trip, you might consider what you would do if you got a flat tire, or if your car broke down. By thinking through these scenarios ahead of time, you can be better prepared to handle them if they do occur. Another way to stay prepared is to have a plan in place for when things go wrong. This might mean having an emergency kit in your car or keeping extra supplies on hand in case of a power outage. It's also important to have a plan for dealing with unexpected events, such as a sudden illness or a job loss. But being prepared isn't just about anticipating problems and having a plan. It's also about having the right mindset. When we approach life with a prepared and proactive mindset, we're better able to handle whatever comes our way. We're not caught off guard by unexpected events, and we're able to adapt and adjust our plans as needed. Ultimately, staying prepared is an important part of mental toughness because it allows us to face challenges with confidence and resilience. By anticipating problems, having a plan in place, and approaching life with a proactive mindset, we can be ready for anything that comes our way. So take some time to think about how you can stay prepared in your own life and start building the mental toughness you need to succeed. 4. Voluntarily embrace hardship. According to Seneca, voluntarily embracing hardship is one of the keys to becoming mentally tough. This might sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful idea that can help us overcome adversity and grow as individuals. So what does it mean to embrace hardship? It means intentionally putting yourself in challenging situations, whether that's taking on a tough project at work, pushing yourself in the gym, or facing your fears head-on. It means seeking out discomfort and difficulty, not because you enjoy suffering, but because you know that it will help you grow and develop as a person. The idea behind this is simple. When we face challenges, we build resilience. We learn to overcome obstacles and push through adversity. We develop mental toughness, the ability to persevere in the face of difficulty and uncertainty. And when we do this, we become better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. But how do we embrace hardship in a healthy way? It's important to remember that this doesn't mean seeking out unnecessary suffering or putting ourselves in harm's way. It means pushing ourselves just enough to grow and develop, without risking our physical or mental health. One way to embrace hardship is to set challenging goals for yourself. This might mean running a marathon, learning a new skill, or taking on a leadership role at work. By setting ambitious goals, you give yourself something to strive for, and you create opportunities to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Another way to embrace hardship is to practice resilience in your daily life. This means approaching challenges with a positive attitude and finding ways to overcome obstacles when they arise. It means learning from failure and using setbacks as opportunities for growth. Finally, it's important to remember that hardship is not something to be feared or avoided. It's an essential part of life, and it can help us become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of achieving our goals. By embracing hardship, we can build the mental toughness we need to face any challenge and live a more fulfilling life. So the next time you're faced with a difficult situation, remember Seneca's teachings. Embrace the challenge, push yourself outside of your comfort zone, and use the experience as an opportunity for growth and development. With time and practice, you'll become mentally tough enough to handle anything life throws your way. 5. Avoid self-victimization. It's natural to feel like a victim of circumstances at times. Life can be tough, and it's easy to blame others for our problems. But according to Seneca, self-victimization is a one-way ticket to weakness and vulnerability. Instead, he believed that true mental toughness comes from taking responsibility for our own lives and recognizing that we have the power to change our circumstances. So how do we avoid self-victimization and develop the mental strength we need to face life's challenges? One way is to practice gratitude. When we focus on the good things in our lives, we're less likely to feel like victims of circumstance. We realize how much we have to be thankful for, and we feel empowered to take action to improve our situation. Another way to avoid self-victimization is to focus on solutions, not problems. When we face a difficult situation, it's easy to get bogged down in the details and feel like there's no way out. But by shifting our focus to finding solutions, we can take control of the situation and find a way forward. This might mean seeking out help from others, brainstorming creative solutions, or simply taking action to address the problem head-on. It's also important to remember that self-victimization is often rooted in a sense of powerlessness. When we feel like we have no control over our lives, it's easy to feel like victims. But the truth is that we always have some degree of control, no matter how small. By focusing on the things we can control, we can regain a sense of agency and take action to improve our situation. Finally, it's important to practice self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when things don't go as planned, but this only reinforces the victim mentality. Instead, we need to be kind and understanding with ourselves, recognizing that we're only human and that we're doing the best we can. By practicing self-compassion, we can build the resilience we need to face life's challenges with strength and grace. Self-victimization is a trap that can lead us down a path of weakness and vulnerability. But by practicing gratitude, focusing on solutions, taking control of our circumstances, and practicing self-compassion, we can build the mental toughness we need to face any challenge that comes our way. So the next time you're feeling like a victim of circumstance, remember Seneca's teachings and take action to regain your sense of agency and control. You have the power to change your life for the better. 6. Spend time in solitude. In today's fast-paced world, it can be challenging to find the time to take a break and be alone with our thoughts. But according to Seneca, spending time in solitude is essential for building mental toughness and resilience. When we take intentional breaks from the noise and chaos of everyday life, we give ourselves the opportunity to reflect on our experiences and gain perspective on our problems. We can step back from our responsibilities and obligations and see things from a fresh perspective. But spending time in solitude doesn't necessarily mean isolating ourselves from others. It can mean simply taking a walk in nature, reading a book, or meditating for a few minutes each day. It's about creating space in our lives for quiet reflection and introspection. One of the benefits of spending time in solitude is that it allows us to tap into our creativity and intuition. When we're not constantly bombarded by external stimuli, we can hear our own thoughts more clearly and tune into our inner wisdom. This can be especially helpful when facing a difficult decision or problem. But perhaps the most important benefit of spending time in solitude is that it allows us to recharge our batteries and build resilience. When we're constantly surrounded by noise and chaos, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed and burnt out. But by taking regular breaks to be alone with our thoughts, we can restore our energy and build the mental strength we need to face life's challenges. So how can we incorporate solitude into our daily lives? One way is to schedule regular me time into our calendars. This might mean setting aside an hour each day to read, write, or meditate. It might mean taking a solo trip or retreat to recharge your batteries. Whatever form it takes, the important thing is to prioritize solitude as an essential part of your self-care routine. Another way to incorporate solitude into your life is to disconnect from technology. We're constantly bombarded by notifications, emails, and messages, which can make it difficult to find space for quiet reflection. By unplugging from technology for a set period each day, we can create the space we need to be alone with our thoughts and recharge our batteries. Ultimately, spending time in solitude is an essential part of building mental toughness and resilience. By taking intentional breaks from the noise and chaos of everyday life, we can recharge our batteries, tap into our creativity and intuition, and gain perspective on our problems. So take some time each day to be alone with your thoughts and start building the mental strength you need to face whatever life throws your way. So there you have it, 6 ways to become mentally tough according to Seneca and the philosophy of Stoicism. By focusing on one activity at a time, practicing philosophy, staying prepared, voluntarily embracing hardship, avoiding self-victimization, and spending time in solitude, we can become better, equipped to handle life's challenges and live a more fulfilling life.